Hello students. Previously, we have tried one activity of milk boiling process. What did you conclude after this activity? Before boiling, milk was in liquid state. After it come to a boil, steam started coming out from it. After some time, a thick layer of a cream develops over the milk. The temperature of the cream is lesser than the milk below it. Thus, it can be implied that the creamy layer cooled faster than the milk below it, which remained hot and a liquid form. A similar process occurred when the earth cooled. Our earth was formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago. Initially, the earth was in a gaseous state. It started cooling through the process of radiation. The earth then liquefied. With the time, outermost part of the earth cooled first and became the solid. This outermost layer of the earth is called crust. Even today, outer planets of the solar system are in a gaseous state. And today, we are going to try one more activity to know about Earth's interior. Let us try. And now, we will try the activity for knowing the composition of the Earth's interior. And now look at these tools for this activity: knife, clay, pencil and marker. Using these tools, we will try to this activity. First, take a clay ball of 3 colors. Red, yellow and blue. Look at these 3 balls are ready for this activity. And now roll out the yellow color ball. Look at this, I have rolled out yellow color's ball. You will get a flat roti like a structure. Place the red color ball inside the yellow one like you fill puran in a puran poli. Look at this, I will place the red color ball inside the yellow one like you fill puran in a puran poli. Give it the shape of a sphere. Now I will give it the shape of a sphere. Look at this, I have placed the red color ball inside the yellow one, and now roll out the blue color ball. Look at this, I have rolled out the blue color ball, and now fill the yellow one in it as done earlier. Fill the yellow color ball in the blue one and make sphere of this. Look at this, model of Earth is ready. And now show the continents in yellow on this sphere like a globe. Now your globe made from clay is ready. And now to see the interior of the earth, cut the sphere exactly in half. You can see various layers of colors inside like the layers of the earth's interior. Look at this blue colors layer. This is the upper layer. Yellow colors layer. This is the second layer. And red colors layer. This is the third layer. This is the first layer. You can imagine this is the first layer of Earth's interior. is called crust. Look at this yellow color layer. This layer of Earth's interior is called the mantle, and this red color's layer is called the core. Remember that there is a discontinuity between the continental crust and oceanic crust. It was first deduced by a scientist called Conrad and is named after him as a Conrad discontinuity. The Conrad discontinuity corresponds to the subhorizontal boundary in continental crust and oceanic crust. The Conrad discontinuity corresponds to the subhorizontal boundary in continental crust at which the seismic wave velocity increases in a discontinuous way. This boundary is observed in various continental regions at a depth of 15 to 20 km. However, it is not found in oceanic region. The Conrad discontinuity, named after the seismologist Victor Conrad, is considered to be the border between the upper continental crust and lower one. Next layer of the Earth's interior, mantle. Below the crust lies the mantle. Look at this crust, and below the crust lies the mantle. Mantle can be divided into two layers, upper mantle and lower mantle. The upper layer is more in liquid state, where rock material deforms more readily and magma formation takes place. The upper layer is more in liquid state. Here one finds magma chambers. Look at these magma chambers. One can find these magma chambers in upper mantle. It is through these chambers the magma comes out on the Earth's surface during volcanic eruptions. The internal energy released due to endogenetic movements occurring in this layer is responsible for mountain building, rifts, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, etc. Mantle begins at a depth of around 42 km from the Earth's surface. This is a beginning point of mantle below the crust. It is about 42 km from Earth's surface. In this layer, it is inferred that the temperature at a depth of 2400 to 2900 km depth would be around 2200 degrees Celsius to 2500 degrees Celsius. Here, there is a sudden change in the structure and density of material. It is estimated that this layer extends up to a depth of 2870 km. Average density of this layer, average density of upper mantle is 4.5 gram per cubic centimeter, and it increases with depth. Increasing pressure is the reason behind this. The density of lower mantle, look at this lower mantle. The density of lower mantle is about 5.7 gram per cubic centimeter. Note that there is a discontinuity between the crust and mantle too. This discontinuity was deduced by a scientist called Mohorovicic. It has been named after him as a Moho discontinuity. It has been named after him as a Moho discontinuity. The Mohoroh's discontinuity or Moho discontinuity is the boundary between the crust and the mantle. Look at this boundary between the crust and the mantle. What is the meaning of a discontinuity in geology? In geology, the word discontinuity is used for a surface at which seismic waves changes velocity. One of these surface exists. It has been named after him as a Moho discontinuity. The Mohoroh's discontinuity or Moho discontinuity is the boundary between the crust and the mantle. Look at this boundary between the crust and the mantle. What is the meaning of a discontinuity in geology? In geology, the word discontinuity is used for a surface at which seismic waves changes velocity. One of the surface exists at an average depth of 8 kilometers beneath the ocean basin and at an average depth of about 32 kilometers beneath the continents. At this discontinuity, seismic waves accelerate, and this surface is known as the Mohoroh's discontinuity, or often simply referred as a Moho discontinuity. Next layer of the Earth's interior, core. The core starts from around the depth of about 2,900 km from the Earth's surface. The part of the Earth's interior extending from the mantle up to the Earth's center is core. The thickness of a core is about 3,471 km. This layer can be divided into two sublayers, outer core and inner core. Outer core extends from around 2,900 km to 5,100 km. The secondary waves cannot pass through the core. They get observed in this region. And now look at this figure of the velocity curves of the given seismic waves. Look at this curve of seismic waves. How the seismic waves curve stop here near the boundary of lower mantle and core. Secondary waves cannot pass through the core. They get observed in this region. And this has led scientists to believe that the core could be liquid or semi-liquid in nature. And look at this curve of primary waves. Primary waves can travel through the core, but their speed reduces when passing through this layer. Look at this speed. The speed of primary waves near the boundary of core is reduces. Thus, from surface to the boundary of core, the velocity of primary waves is increases, and at boundary of core, the velocity of primary waves is reduces. Near the boundary of core, The velocity of primary waves is a 14 kilometers per second, and as these primary waves enters in the core, the velocity of primary waves is reduces. Near this boundary, the speed of primary waves or velocity of primary waves shows approximately 8.25 kilometers per second. The density of outer core is 9.8 gram per cubic centimeter. The temperature of the liquid outer core is around 5000 degrees Celsius. And now look at this figure number 2.3a and b, Earth, a magnet. First, we will discuss on figure number 2.3a, Earth's magnetosphere. We have learned that the outer core of the Earth's interior is in liquid state and the proportion of iron is more in this layer. Vertical currents originates in this liquid layer. This is another characteristic of this area. The difference between the temperatures of the outer and inner core gives rise to vertical currents. The Earth's motion gives them eddy or circular motion. And now look at this figure number 2.3a and b, Earth, a magnet. First, we will discuss on figure number 2.3a, Earth's magnetosphere. We have learned that the outer core of the Earth's interior is in liquid state and the proportion of iron is more in this layer. Vertical currents originates in this liquid layer. This is another characteristic of this area. The difference between the temperatures of the outer and inner core gives rise to vertical currents. The Earth's motion gives them eddy or circular motion. Electric currents develop in these spiral eddies, look at these spiral eddies, of liquid iron, and thus magnetic field is generated. It is sometimes called the geodynamo. What is a geodynamo? Earth's geodynamo is Earth's magnetic field. The mechanism by which the Earth's magnetic field is generated is called geodynamo. Earth's magnetic field, also known as the geomagnetic field, is the magnetic field that extends from the Earth's interior, Earth's outer core, it is in liquid state, out into space, where it interacts with solar winds. What is the solar winds? The solar wind is a stream of charged particles released from the upper atmosphere of the sun. And thus, the Earth's atmosphere is protected from the solar winds coming from the sun. The magnetic field thus developed around the Earth is called magnetosphere. This is the fifth and important sphere of the Earth. Magnetosphere is the fifth and important sphere of the Earth. For Earth sphere, we know that. And this is the fifth and important sphere after atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere and lithosphere. The magnetosphere is the fifth important sphere of the Earth. The magnetosphere is a region of a space surrounding Earth, where the dominant magnetic field is the magnetic field of the Earth, rather than the magnetic field of interplanetary space. The magnetosphere is formed by the interaction of the solar winds with Earth's magnetic field. And now look at this figure number 2.3b. Earth, a magnet. This is a geographical axis. Earth rotates on its axis. And this is a geomagnetic axis. Geomagnetic axis defined as the location of strongest vertical magnetic field. And see, this is a geographical equator. This bisects Earth into two parts, and this is a magnetic equator. The magnetic equator is defined as the line around the Earth where the magnetic field is horizontal or parallel to Earth's surface. It does not circle the Earth as a geographical equator. And now see this second sublayer of core, inner core. Inner core extends from around 5,100 kilometers to Earth's center, that means 6,371 kilometers. It is the core of the Earth which is in a solid state. The density of this sphere is around 13.3 gram per cubic centimeter. Iron, that is Fe, and nickel, that is Ni, are the major elements found here. Therefore, this layer is called knife. Ni from nickel and Fe from iron. As the materials in this layer are in extreme pressure, the inner core is in solid state. The temperature here is almost equivalent to the surface temperature of the sun, and the surface temperature of the sun is about 5,600 degrees Celsius, and the temperature of inner core is 5,500 degrees Celsius to 6,000 degrees Celsius. Do you know there is a discontinuity between mantle and core too? This discontinuity named after Gutenberg discontinuity. Vincent Gutenberg, a scientist, was discovered this discontinuity at the depth of 2,900 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. In this zone, the velocity of primary waves decreases and secondary waves completely disappear.